Hello, it's 8 o'clock. It's part 2 of episode 2 now. We're going to go right the way up until July, like I promised, and then we'll play this off every single week. But I'm going to make another announcement. I have decided that because of how far ahead I am, and because I can get these set up quite easily now with the amount of weeks I've got left now, because I'll show you on the calendar if the calendar will open up. I'm taping this on the 27th, and I've been taping this since Wednesday, so that's how long it's took me to get this sorted and set up properly. But I am this far ahead. You guys will be watching this on the 18th, so you can see it's 3 weeks ahead. So, I will be doing Impact Wrestling tomorrow if I get this done. But then Sunday and Monday, because my fiance will be at work, I'm going to be starting another new series, which you'll get to see on Sunday the 20th. So, I will change the schedule, update the schedule in the comment on the description below. But there will be a new series coming out on Sunday the 20th. And my God, you thought 1970s was in the past? You wait until this one starts. I haven't seen anyone else do it, so I want to give it a shot and see what we can do with it. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling. I have absolutely enjoyed booking this. We're at the Frankenville Skate Centre. What I will be doing is for the next 4 weeks, every single TV taping will be happening from the Frankenville Skate Centre. Even though the attendance might change, I want to make it feel like we've taped all 4 episodes at this venue. And Jack goes, hello and welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling, and with me is the Ring of Honor champion, Bruno Sammartino. And Bruno goes, thank you. Last night I beat the Destroyer in an inch of his life. I became the Ring of Honor champion because of Andre cheating to win. Ring of Honor has set the rules now. If you get intentionally DQ'd or counted out, you lose the bout. And then with this, the Destroyer, Gorilla, Ivan, Killer, Al Psychedelic, and Kendo storm the interview space and beat down Braun. Then James J. Dillon walks on. So yeah, these guys run on set. They beat him down. Here we'll be feuding with Gorilla Monsoon over the title over the next few weeks. Because I feel that these guys and especially these two are not up in the main event scene. I could have done Ivan, but I want to save Ivan for the next 3 months after this. 3 months after this. And James, Bruno, you're looking at your worst nightmare. Welcome to the era of the James J. Dillon Enterprise. This is us. And he laughs as they walk off set. Now, many of you are thinking, well, this is a bit rash. This has happened all of a sudden. Yes, okay, this looks like it's a bit rash and happened all of a sudden. There's been no hints of this group. I wanted it to be a shock for you guys, but there is a plan. This has got a year-long plan involved. So, yeah, a year-long feud is going to be starting right here tonight, and it's going to culminate in a year's time. I've got plans, and I'm going to use them. In a decent match, as promised, Al Psychedelic defeated Big Daddy in 8:27 by pin with the planchette. After James J. Dillon interfered, Al Psychedelic makes defense number 4 of his Ring of Honor Intercontinental Championship. An awkward pain great, we just have no chemistry whatsoever. Big Daddy 56, Al Psychedelic 36, no work problems. Al Psychedelic will have James Dillon being the James J. Dillon Enterprise, but it won't be managed by him. I'll give him the Destroyer or someone else within the group. I'm just drinking out of, I'm just having a glass of Coke, or a cup of Coke out of my new cup I bought yesterday from Home Bargains for 69p, which is a Star Wars mug. Can't complain, I ain't got a Star Wars mug in my collection. I've even got a mug with horses on. I've got a mug with my sponsored horse, but not a Star Wars one. Anyway, I need to stop rabbiting on and get on with this. Now Psychedelic celebrating his Ring the Ring when Carlos Colon runs in and attacks, beating Psychedelic down into the mat. We'll take James J. Dillon off after tonight, and he'll be managed by someone else within the group. More than likely, I'm thinking Gorilla Monsoon, because he's going to be a manager later in life. So I think Al Psychedelic and Gorilla Monsoon might be a good pairing. This is what I'm thinking. In a decent match, Roddy Piper defeated Bill Francis in 5:47 by pinfall. He makes defense number 1 of his Ring of Honor Television Championship title. Bill Francis 40, Roddy Piper 44. No work for him. Bill Francis improved in performance. I'm used to it not saying anyone actually, so that's why I went no work improvements and then said different. But yeah, so of course Roddy Piper being the television champion, the rule is he has to defend it every single week on TV. I don't know why it always says title. I like to do championships. I like the word title when you're talking about it off screen, but it's not a title, in my opinion, in our championships. I mean, it may sound bad. So backstage, Jack Book is with the Scuffing Hillbillies. We've been to Scuffing Hillbillies. Look around, and you got a great company full of great stars climbing to the top. Like the railway tracks, we've hit the end of the line. The end of the line with a buffer in the tracks. And Chuck goes, now, we need to build the next bit of line. To do that, we need to take away the gold from the men on top. So in 4 weeks, at our next month extravaganza, we'll face them for the tag gold. Now, the way I'm doing this, for anyone who is interested or wants to know, is I'm doing this because what I want to do is it's going to be monthly extravaganzas. They're not going to be I'm not using the Survival of the Fittest names and stuff until at least late 80s, but they're going to have those names for you guys on camera because later on in the years, you're probably watching this on something. The Ring of Honor, committee have given them names, which they might have been the names of them on the posters and stuff, but they never used it. It was just a monthly extravaganza on Madison Square Garden Network. So 33 plus, not bad from them guys. In a decent match, the oncoming Storm defeated Team Bandit in 8 of 3 when Terry Funk defeated Greg Valentine by a pin for the pile driver. Terry Funk 40, Jerry Lawler 42, Greg Valentine 42, Jim Dalton 37. No workarounds. And the reason I like doing all these different databases, you've got WWE Weekly, Impact Wrestling Weekly, Impact Wrestling 1987, Season 2, and now 1970s, and then our new series, which you can go back even further, is each universe is different because of when you start it, companies sign different wrestlers are not in the database, and you're building them. Roddy Piper isn't even a megastar in this save, whereas in Impact Wrestling, he's one of our main heels, one of our big main heels. So, yeah, it's all about having that diverse difference in each wrestling. But a 42D from these guys is not bad. And then, of course, as promised, our main event is Dusty versus Killer Kowalski, which is the end of the storyline tonight. But yeah, in a battle of fantastic and great wrestling, Killer Kowalski defeated Dusty Rhodes in a 1v1 bull rope match in 1935, and Killer Kowalski was the first to touch all 4 corners. Dusty had successfully touched all 4 corners, but the rest missed it, thanks to a distraction by James J. Dillon, the bastard. Killer Kowalski 64, Dusty Rhodes 64. No workarounds. These two have absolute zero chemistry as well. Ugh. But you'll be managed by Gorilla Monsoon as well. That's where we're going to end the show tonight with a 60C. I ain't going to complain. I'll see you guys next week for another edition of Ring of Honor Wrestling. What happens when Walker makes spicy sriracha crisps? They make them moreish, and then you burn your mouth. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ring of Honor Wrestling. I'm going to do 2 little pre-show matches tonight at the Franklinville Skate Centre. The reason being, I want to introduce 2 new wrestlers signed to the company. It's his debut year. Ladies and gentlemen, Tetsuya Fujima has joined the company, and I know how to say his name. In a short pre-show match, Tetsuya Fujima defeated Blackjack Mulligan in 1444 by submission on the Dragon Sleeper. Tetsuya Fujima's debut is no gimmick needed, legitimate. It's got awful. Blackjack needs to have great chemistry lifted the match. Blackjack Mulligan 54, Tetsuya Fujima 31. No work improvements. 47D. Of course, it's not until next year when New Japan and All Japan show up, so we've still got a year before they all turn up and destroy everything. In a feature out, DC crowd with subpar wrestling, Billy Graham defeated Jim Grab Mine 739 by pinfall. Billy Graham's debut is Ego Maniac Cocky Gimmick. Jim Grab Mine 35. Superstar Billy Graham 31. Billy Graham improving performance. Of course, he's not Superstar Billy Graham at the moment. He's just Billy Graham. So 35E plus, we'll be working with him. I just wanted to introduce you to the new signings, and I didn't want to wait until our house show tomorrow night to do it, which is now called Ring of Honor House Show. Last week, we made an impact and pissed off a lot of people. We are here to kill Ring of Honor Wrestling. Why? Here? Why? It's crap. Why? It's a crap heap of a company and nobody needs it. Now on to some important business. Last week, Trevor came out and beat down our Psychedelic. So you want a match? 3 weeks at the next monthly big event. So of course, Survival of the Fittest, it's going to be Al Psychedelic versus... there's going to be a bit of a change to this year's next year's, because we're going to be doing a 3-night tournament starting on Wednesday and ending on the Saturday will be the debut of the Survival of the Fittest tournament. But Al Psychedelic, I've put him in the wrong position. That's Carlos Colon versus Al Psychedelic. I'm not going to do a Survival of the Fittest tournament until I can do a 3-night show and make money off it. So it's just going to be called Survival of the Fittest for now. Now, Bruno, as a group, we decided who's going to face you. It's going to be Gorilla Monsoon. Look out, Ring of Honor. We're coming to take this company by force. So James J. Dillon there saying he's going to destroy Ring of Honor Wrestling. I'm sure the owner's not going to like that very much. But I don't know. I'm not really sure about these guys, but we'll see what happens. Gorilla Monsoon, Bruno Sammartino, Boy Real, main event. for the event for Survival of the Fittest. But yeah, I'm not sure about this group. I'm sure Ring of Honor management are going to have something, and the owner are going to have something to say about it in the locker room, but you won't be able to know about that. In a decent match, the Dark Knights defeated the Royal Trinity in 7:48 when Carl von Straumer defeated Dos Caras by pinfall. The Dark Knights make defense number 2 of the Ring of Honor Championships. Mil Mascara 63, Dos Caras 46, Kurt von Struger 40, and then Carl Strume 43. I can't remember Carl von Struger in performance. I don't know if I'm saying the names right. I did Google Translate him, and that's how I think it was said. I ain't keeping the Google Translate at the bottom like I did with our psychedelic. In a decent match, Roddy Piper defeated Big Daddy in 6:50 by pinfall. Roddy Piper makes defense number 2 of his Ring of Honor Television Championship. Big Daddy 54, Roddy Piper 45. No occurrence. Do you know what? I probably will do that to make sure I'm saying them right. It cuts in the back and he goes, look in the mirror. So you're going to use your railways as your way of explaining the reason you're going after my boys. We are the strongest, the most powerful wrestlers in this company. You want to destroy this block? You're not going to. These men are unbeatable, and the bottom line is this. You're going down. 37 D1s. I did not mean to do a Steve Austin's reference in that, by the way. I didn't even realise until I just read it. So next up is Dusty. We come back from commercial break, and Dusty and Batman are still backstage and go, look around this company. He's going from strength to strength to another, and it's all because of the action we put on in that ring. Now, James wants to hire goons and destroy this company. It's not going to work. Ivan Koloff, I'm going after you. And Batman, I've hired him to join me. And Bruno to go after Killer Kowalski. We are Team ROH, and it's going to be it's going to get stronger each week. Well, it isn't. There's only going to be 5 members of Team Ring of Honor. So at the moment, you've got Carlos Colon, of course, because he's going after El Psychedelic. You've got Bruno Sammartino, Dusty Rhodes, and Batman. They will go from strength to strength each week. In a decent match, Kendo Nakasaki defeated Chief J Strongbow in 6:10 by pinfall. The Kamazaki roll after James J Dillon interfered. Chief J Strongbow 41, Kendo Nakasaki 46. Noah Chris 46D. In above, had great heat and decent wrestling. Bobo Brazil defeated Gypsy Joe in 6:08 by pinfall. The Coco Butt. Gypsy Joe 48, Bobo Brazil 50. These two are pretty good chemistry in the match, 51D+. Our main event tonight is going to be Batman, Dusty, and Bruno Sammartino taking on Grillian Monsoon, Ivan Koloff, and Killer Kowalski in our main event, and that match is next. In an exceptional match, James J. Dillon Enterprises, Ivan Koloff, Killer Kowalski, and Grillian Monsoon defeated Team Ring of Honor, Dusty, Batman, and Bruno Sammartino in 1934, and Ivan Koloff defeated Batman by pinfall the Russian Sickle. Bruno Sammartino 67, Batman 65, Dusty Rhodes 64, Grillian Monsoon 72, Killer Kowalski 68, Ivan Koloff 65. No work improvements. A 60C, not bad. We're going to end the show there with a 57C-. Cannot complain with that. It increased our highlight in 2 regions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you next week. I'll see you actually tomorrow night for Ring of Honor House Show. Thanks for watching. Hello and welcome back. Ring of Honor House Show is live. You are live in attendance in front of 743 people at the NY Rapid Fire Arena, which is a great attendance for this show. In a decent match, the Oncoming Storm and the Scuffing Hillbillies defeated the Dark Knights and Team Bandit in 7:57, where Rip Collins defeated Greg Valentine by pinfall. I want to give Rip Collins and these guys a chance to prove that they can beat the Dark Knights, but I wanted to make sure that the Dark Knights don't get pinned. That was very important about the booking of this match, and I think I did a good job of it. Rip Collins 44, Chuck Connolly 44, Terry Funk 42, Jerry Lawler 41, Greg Valentine 43, Jim Doughton 38, Kurt von Struger 47, and Carl von Straumer 43. Greg Valentine in performance. I'm now going to open up the internet and do what I said I was going to do earlier and work out how to say their names off camera. Right, anyway, let's just have that for now. And while we get through the house show, I'll fix all this in a minute. In a decent match, Roddy Piper and Tetsuya Fujima defeat Tetsuya Fujima in 6:33 by pinfall. Roddy Piper makes defense number 3 of his Ring of Honor Television Championship. Tetsuya Fujima 36, Roddy Piper 45, Fujima in performance 42D. In a decent match, Jimmy Snuka defeated Kevin Sullivan in 6:50 by pinfall the Superfly Splash. Jimmy Snuka 47, Kevin Sullivan 34, no work appearance 43D. In about very good wrestling and a decent match for the crowd, Big Daddy defeated Gypsy Joe in 7:56 by pinfall the Belly Butts. Big Daddy 57, Gypsy Joe 52, no work appearance, so 55C-. In a decent match, Billy Graham defeated Chief J Strongbow in 7:50-35. Chief J Strongbow 38, Billy Graham 38, no work appearance, 38D-. In above a fantastic hit and great wrestling, your main event of the night was Team Ring of Honor, Bruno Sammartino, Carlos Klein, Dusty Rhodes, Rocky Johnson, and Batman. So there is Team Ring of Honor. They will be feuding with different combinations of this group over the next year. And they defeat James J. Dillon Enterprises, Monsoon, Ivan Killer, destroying Al Psychedelic in 2020 when Rocky Johnson defeated Al Psychedelic by pinfall for the dropkick. Al Psychedelic was weak linked to out in ring performance. That's fine to get a 62C. William Monsoon and James J. Dillon have absolutely zero chemistry together. Great. Batman 62, Rocky Johnson 54, Dusty Rhodes 64, Carlos Colon 49, Bruno Sammartino 70, Al Psychedelic 39, Destroyer 69, Killer Kowalski 73, Ivan Koloff 63, Gorilla Monsoon 70. Of course, as you will now see, Rocky Johnson will be feuding with the Destroyer, but that will not be happening on TV. Al Psychedelic is improving performance because we taped it before he come back from injury. So he's on the house show, but he won't be on TV because he was injured. And that's how I'm going to keep it as realistic as possible. A 62C, end the show. 58C minus, I'm not going to complain. I'm not doing any post-match speeches. I want to thank you for joining me for this quick little interlude. Ring of Honor House Show is over and done. Hello and welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling. We're going forward. Encoding overload, consider... well, there you go, it's gone again. It always comes up when I start recording and just vanishes as quick. Right, let's get rocking and a rolling tonight. Anyway, Bruno, we stand here tonight as one. And when Rocky Johnson returns, he's going after you, Destroyer, and that will happen in 2 weeks at the Monthly Spectacular. So, of course, this was pre-taped prior to his return last weekend at the house show. This was all recorded at the same venue across a period of 2 days. We recorded 2 TV shows. I have learnt these guys' names, and I will give you them in a minute. But yes, Rocky Johnson will be taking on the Destroyer at Survival of the Fittest. That's kind of confirmed. Bum, 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 bum. You see, we are a team who are going to stop you guys in your tracks. It's going to be a big night and a huge opportunity for us. And tonight, I take on Al Psychedelic in a match tonight, and it is going to be awesome. No work improvements, but a 658C minus. You know, we're a small company. We're doing good. We are sold out now, so this is the second round of tapings, so I can kind of get away with it by saying this was taped on a Friday. And I just got a message from my mum. Because I told her that Gemma's mum and I remember she's got hairdressers on Tuesday, but we're still coming to see you. She wasn't very well. She nearly died. But I'm going into that. In above decent wrestling, Roddy Piper defeated Dusty Rhodes in 8:14 by pinfall following defense from Ivan Koloff. Roddy Piper makes defense number 4 of his Ring of Honor Television Championship. Dusty Rhodes 59, Roddy Piper 44, no way for him. Since giving him the TV title, he is improving massively, and I'm really proud of him. But the interference from Ivan Koloff is going to play out later on tonight in tonight's main event. Everything connects. Everybody thinks I don't plan this ahead. So, in a decent match, the Dark Knights defeated the Oncoming Storm in 8:02 when Carl von, this one. Strawheim, there you go. Strawheim. Carl von Strawheim defeated Jerry Lawler by pinfall. Terry Funk 41, Jerry Lawler 43. Kurt von, I think it's Steiger. Hold on. Steiger. There you go. Kurt von Steiger 45, and Carl von Strawheim 43. Kurt von Steiger in performance and Jerry Lawler improving in Rumble. I will keep that on for the next few things. It will take me a while to get used to saying these names because they are not, easy names to say. So that will be in the background, very similar to how we did Al Psychedelic for a few weeks. The Dark Knights celebrating their victory in the ring when the Scoffin Hillbillies running an attack and beating them down. I thought that would be a nice little way to kind of hint that. Let me have a quick swig of my iced coffee. I know it's turned cold now, but because we've done all the storylines already, I thought I'm going to take this one step further. I am about to watch NXT 2 nights after it happened. And then next week, the wrestling world blows up. So Jack, with me now, superstar Billy Graham. Billy, look around you. Everybody's becoming megastars, and I am here to do just that. I'm going to destroy anyone put in front of me. I'll be Ring of Honor champion not one day, but I'm going to be sooner than you lot think. So yeah, I thought, because we've done the storylines, I can't do Tetsuya Fujima, because Tetsuya Fujima is kind of Japanese and doesn't speak English at the moment. Bit of an issue. But yeah, 37D minus for Billy Graham. Not a bad promo. In above had decent wrestling and great heat. In above had great heat and decent wrestling. Bruno Sammartino defeated El Psychedelic in 806 by pinfall. The Sammartino Slam. El Psychedelic 38. Bruno Sammartino 62. No approves. Because I'm using his name so much in the series, like Masahiro Chono, which I changed his name to Masa or Chono because I could say Chono, but I didn't know how to say the first bit. It took me a while, and then I thought Google Translate. So when I don't know a name and I'm feeling like I'm saying it wrong, I'll eventually go, right, sod it, I'm going to Google it. But 56C minus, I don't think the main event's going to do that good. In above had great wrestling and decent, good heat and decent wrestling. Chief J Strongbow defeated Luro Albano in 7:22 by the Tomahawk. Luro Albano 49, Chief J Strongbow 31. Now Korean's 44D. I'm wondering whether to bring him in the same sort of position as Chief J Strongbow. A video plays hyping up Ivan Koloff versus Bobo Brazil, our main event of the night. In above a fantastic and good wrestling, Ivan Koloff defeated Bobo Brazil in 14:35 by pinfall the Russian Sickle, following botch interference from Dusty Rhodes by Dusty Rhodes. So of course Dusty's pissed off that he didn't get the TV title off Roddy Piper because of interference from Ivan Koloff. So Dusty thinks I'm going to do the same to him, but then botches it by hitting Bobo Brazil, causing Bobo Brazil to lose the match. Ivan Koloff 62, Bobo Brazil 45, worker improvements none. We're going to end the show there. I don't know when this is, 28th, Emma's birthday. Yeah, that's tomorrow. It's very short. Um, 56C minus after that. We're going to stop the show there. Welcome back, the Go Home show. We've still got 2 more months to go after tomorrow night. But I am absolutely loving booking this now. I'm getting the hang of this. And that's the thing. You need to get used to doing and booking your shows. Not being horrible to the roster, not being horrible to the wrestlers, and not being horrible to anyone else. When you start a new series, it takes time to get used to what you're booking and how you're booking it. But that is the simple answer to every man's question. If anyone's interested, that's why I make sure I'm ahead before I start booking wrestling shows and companies, because it takes time to get used to it. And I'm doing this while I could be reading the amazing book that is the Stranger Things novel. It is. I've only read 44 pages and already I am really into it. I was reading quite a bit last night and I'll probably read some more tonight before bed, because that's going to be my bedtime book and I will get it finished because I am really enjoying it. So if you want a good read, Suspicious Minds by Gwenda Bond, the first official Stranger Things novel, and it is good. And it is a prequel to the actual series. I think we'll find out about, I swear, you find out about Eleven's mother in it. So if you are into Stranger Things, that is recommended. But yeah, anyway, 50D plus for opening angle time. I didn't think it would do that good. Bruno Sammartino, Dusty Rhodes, Carlos Klein, and Batman are backstage when they destroy Ivan Koloff, El Psychedelic, and Kula Monsoon, entering a massive brawl shoes, weapons and everything are involved until security come in and split them all up. Carlos Klein looked lost out there. El Psychedelic underperformed. That's fine. I don't really care. To be honest, 700 people at the Frankenville Skate Centre. With only being 2 years in the business, I'm quite happy to have a shit angle opening up to hype the event tomorrow night. The reason Killer Kowalski was not there is because he's now somewhere else doing something for us and representing our company in another promotion. So I hope he's there tomorrow night. In a decent match, Nikola Volkov defeated Big Daddy in 7:40 by the Russian Sickle. Nikola Volkov 36, Big Daddy 56. Nikola Volkov improving in performance of 51D+. In a decent match, Team Bennett defeated the oncoming Storm in 8-12 when Greg Valentine defeated Terry Funk by pinfall. Terry Funk 42, Joe Lawler 41, Greg Valentine 40, Jim Dalton 39. No work for him. I'm sticking to my rules because I can now use the Blackjacks. But I ain't going to till tomorrow night because this is all pre-taped 4 weeks in advance. And Jack with me at this time, the Dark Knights. And Kurt goes, so of course it's Kurt von Struma. It's this one, isn't it? Stroheim. Yes. I said it before she said it. So Kurt von Stroheim's got the mic. Carl von Stroheim and Kurt Steiger. That's the one I'm going to struggle with. Stroheim I'm fine with. Steiger I'm going to struggle with for the rest of this episode. So expect that to be in the background until I get used to saying it. Thank you. Tomorrow night it's a monthly spectacular, and it's going to be the Dark Knights beating the Hillbillies. Any tag team that you put in front of us are going to fail. Let me just clear my screen because I've got something there. I don't know what that is. Probably from me sneezing. And they're going to lose it. It is our time to shine. Yikey, yikey, yikes. 38D minus. A video plays Julio Monsoon versus Bruno Sammartino, hyping up their match at tomorrow night's big event on MSG Network. And we've got a special announcement. There'll be no ad breaks. They're here in a decent match. Carlos Colon defeat Kenan Nakasaki in 8:03 by pinfall. Kenan Nakasaki 47. Carlos Colon 50. No work clearance of 50D+. In a decent match, Al Psychedelic defeated Jimmy Snuka in 8:29 by pinfall plancha. Jimmy Snuka 46. Al Psychedelic 41. No work clearance. Our main event tonight is going to be Bobo Brazil versus Roddy Piper with the Ring of Honor Television Championship on the line. In about that great heat and decent wrestling, Roddy Piper defeated Bobo Brazil by pinfall. Roddy Piper makes match number 5 of the Ring of Honor Television title. Bobo Brazil 44, Roddy Piper 46. No work clearance 47D. I know this show is not going to be as good as what we've done. 48D+. But guess what? It doesn't bloody matter because why? We can do a show once in a while with 48D+. And do you know why? Because we only got 29, no, not 29, about 22 or 20 popularity in our region. So a 48D+ is still going to increase our rating. So my friends, it might have been a shit show altogether. But to be honest, I can't complain because I wanted Roddy Piper in the main event defending that title. And I just did it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you again tomorrow night for our first pay-per-view of 3. Our first monthly spectacular of 3 in this part 2 of episode 2. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. When you have a plan in mind and everything fucks up, welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling. Monthly spectacular, which has now been called Survival of the Fittest. It's been held in front of 961 people at the New York Deer Park Convention Center because I forgot to change the venue. But I'm not complaining about having 900 people coming to watch my show. In the pre-show, we had decent wrestling with number cheat. Kevin Sullivan defeated Tetsuya Fujima in 10:04 by pinfall the Devil Stomp. Tetsuya Fujima 41, Kevin Sullivan 36. These two, Tetsuya Fujima performance. These two have great. I put Stroheim at the cart now first because he ain't going to get used tonight. But yeah, these two have great chemistry. Because I can now say Stroheim, that one can be closed. There's this one here.
Steiger.
Well, I'm still struggling with, but we'll get there. Steiger. Anyway, Kevin Sullivan defeat Tetsuya Fujima in 10:04. Great chemistry. Both a Richmond Tunnel versus an opener, hence why it's the opening match on the pre-show. But 39D minus, I cannot complain with that. And the pre-show had decent match on the card with Subpar Wrestling. Chief J Strongbow defeat Joe Russell in 7:49 by pinfall the Tomahawk Chop. Chief J Strongbow 33, Joe Russell 24. No work for 31E+. And the pre-show had good wrestling, good heat with Subpar Wrestling. Jim Grabmeyer defeated Don Lurie in 9:38 by pinfall. Don Lurie 28, Jim Grabmeyer 36, no opponents. Him and Chief J Strongbow are probably going to be released after tonight. I'm not going to any plans for them now. They've done their time. In a poor pre-show match, Jimmy Snuka defeated the Special Delivery Jones in 8:12 by pinfall the Superfly Splash. He only got a 19. Jimmy Snuka 45, no work opponents, 37D minus. And then we go to the opening package tonight. The Destroyer is not here because he's working elsewhere and I need to fix that. Hello and welcome to Ring of Honor's Monthly Spectacular. It's time for the fighting to happen, but there's no signs of the Destroyer all day. And the report is he's not here. So Rocky Johnson's opponent is going to be Kendo Nagasaki. And he goes, on a slumber note, tonight's show is in honour of Rod Fenton, who we lost last night. All of Ring of Honor's thoughts and prayers go out to his family, and let's give him a night to remember. So yeah, I don't know who Rod Fenton is. Rod Fenton, he suddenly passed away. It was on the screen, and I took a note of it, and I went, we're going to do this show in honour of him, because I don't really do that. I don't really acknowledge the deaths in the game, but now I'm going to. If you remember one of the series, we had Ric Flair died by getting hit on the head by a golf ball. That was quite amusing. In a decent match, the Blackjacks defeated the Royal Trinity in 9:40 when Blackjack Lanza defeated Mil Mascaras by a pinfall the pile driver. Welcome in Blackjack Lanza has debuted his Cowboy Brute straight in great. Mil Mascaras 61, Doz Cars 47, Blackjack Mulligan 50, Blackjack Lanza 48, Blackjack Mulligan in performance. Welcome to the company, Blackjack Lanza. He's been injured, he's been hired, and he's now here. In a decent match, Roddy Piper defeated Jerry Jarrett in 15-17 by pinfall. Roddy Piper makes events number 6 of the Ring of Honor Television Championship. Jerry Jarrett 38, Roddy Piper 44. Jerry Jarrett in performance 43D. Not bad. In a decent match, El Psychedelic defeated Carlos Colon in 14:59 by pin with a plancha after Gwilym Monsoon interfered. El Psychedelic makes defense number 5 of the Ring of Honor Championship. Gwilym Monsoon did good work at ringside. Carlos Colon 52, El Psychedelic 36. No work points. Of course, because he didn't work with James J. Dillon, he's going to be managed by Gwilym Monsoon. And so is a few of the other guys in the group. So you'll see Gwilym Monsoon at ringside a few times tonight, helping James J. Dillon. In a decent match, Gypsy Joe defeated Bill Francis in 8:05 by pin with a diving knee. Bill Francis 39, Gypsy Joe 49. Bill Francis performance. I think this is the shortest match on the actual main card with 8:05. In a decent match, Team Bandit defeated the Oncoming Storm in 10:10 when Greg Valentine defeated Jerry Lawler by pinfall. Terry Funk 39, Jerry Lawler 38, Greg Valentine 43, Jim Dalton 36. No work improvements for 41D. In about good heat and decent wrestling, Bobo Brazil defeated Billy Graham in 9:37 by pinfall the Coco Butt. Billy Graham 40, Bobo Brazil 41. No work improvements. I am going to be releasing Bobo Brazil because I don't like him. I've tried to get used to him. I just don't like him as a wrestler in the company. He's not doing anything for me at the moment. I've put him in a good storyline and it's just, I can't get him to do anything. In a decent match, Trevor Guerrero defeated Luro Albano in 9:50 by pin with the Moonsault. Luro Albano 48, Trevor Guerrero 40. No work from his 47D. In a decent match, the Dark Knights defeated the Scuff and Hillbillies in 13:38 when Carl von Stroheim defeated Chuck Connolly by pinfall. The Dark Knights make defense number 3 of their Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, 49D+. Rip Collins 48, Chuck Connolly 49, Carl von Steiger. I cannot say it. Steiger. There you go. Kurt von Steiger in ring performance 44, Carl von Stroheim 46. No work improvements. As I keep saying, Steiger. I'll get there. It's just a matter of getting there. It's that one. I don't know why it's Steiger's struggling with me. But Stroheim, I've now got my head around. I know that it's Russian. In a decent match, Big Daddy defeated Nikola Volkov in a rematch from the TV show last night in 10-12 by pin of the Belly Butts. Nikola Volkov 37, Big Daddy 60. No work improvements 53C-. In a battle of fantastic heat and great wrestling, Ivan Koloff and Killer Kowalski defeat Dusty Rhodes and Batman in 15:15 when Killer Kowalski defeat Dusty Rhodes by pin with a diving knee drop after Gwilym Monsoon interfered. Batman 60, Dusty Rhodes 62, Killer Kowalski 72, Ivan Koloff 61. These two are a good pairing, which is good. Killer Kowalski and Gwilym Monsoon are a good pairing. So that's good, 65C. At least that side of the group works. In a decent match, Ken Nakasaki defeated Rocky Johnson by pin for the Kamazaki roll after James J. Dillon interfered. Ken Nakasaki 45, Rocky Johnson 49. No work means 49D+. And our main event of the night is Bruno Sammartino taking on Gorilla Monsoon. In an exceptional match, Bruno Sammartino defeated Gorilla Monsoon in 25 minutes and 9 seconds by pinfall the Sammartino Slam. Bruno Sammartino makes defense number 2 of his Ring of Honor Championship title. Gorilla Monsoon 82, Bruno Sammartino a 79. No worker improvements. The Ring of Honor Championship Royal advanced for this segment and gained heat. We're going to end tonight's show with that huge main event with a 73B- under our belts. My God, was that good. I'm going to give it to Ivan Koloff tonight. Praised, and praised. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you on Thursday in game to kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen with Ring of Honor Wrestling going forward. We'll be at a new venue for the next 4 weeks. This is Ring of Honor, and I hope you're enjoying the show. Hello and welcome back. Steiger will be in action with Von Strowman tonight. Joke, it's another one. But yeah, 58C- strove not tonight. And Bruno goes, we are in front of 972 people at the Expo Centre of Madison Square Gardens. This is where we're going to be doing most of our shows until we sell out. It holds 2,000. The reason for that is we're on the Madison Square Garden network, so Madison Square Gardens have told us that all our events must happen here for the foreseeable future to help the company grow and also look better, because I don't know if this place existed back in, but it's the Expo Centre of Madison Square Gardens. Anyway, Bruno. Now Batman is in action next, so he'll be saying his piece later. But last night it went their way and it went our way too. We won some matches but lost others, thanks to James and Monsoon helping them out. Now Madison Square Gardens won't let us in the Expo. That's fine. But the next main event is going to be the biggest in TV history, as all 5 of Team Ring of Honor take on 5 of the J.J. Dillon Enterprises in a steel cage match, and it's gonna be awesome. Yes, my friends, next week on TV, your main event is being booked right here, right now. I have been planning this for about a month and a bit. I was going to do it at a pay-per-view, but I don't want to book up the pay-per-view, so it's going to happen on television next week as Batman. I don't know why Andre the Giant's coming up, because he's not here at the moment. Bruno Sammartino will be taking on Gorilla Monsoon, Ivan Koloff, Killer Kowalski, The Destroyer. Al Psychedelic will also be in this match, because we'll be putting in Dusty Rhodes, Rocky Johnson, and Carlos Colon, because he's the one taking on Al Psychedelic, with Al Psychedelic. That is going to be your main event next week, Insider TV, Steel Cage, classic match, on TV, 5v5, 10-man tag. I cannot wait for that to happen. I think that's going to help our company grow, but 58C-, beautifully done. In a decent match, Roddy Piper defeated Chavo Guerrero in 6:53 by pinfall. Roddy Piper makes events number 7 of his Ring of Honor Television Championship. Chavo Guerrero is 47, Roddy Piper 46, no work appearance for 48D+. And next week, a special guest from the UK will be coming in to face him. In above that great heat and good wrestling, Batman defeated Ken Nagasaki in 7:23 by pinfall. Ken Nagasaki 53, Batman 59. Ken Nagasaki in performance and Batman in performance. Ken Nagasaki is starting to grow. He's now an upper mid-carder, so we're doing good with him. 58C-, not a bad match. Batman celebrating his victory in the win. The Destroyer runs in attacks, beating the bat down into the mat. That rhymes, and I didn't realise. So yeah, he was going to do an interview. Drac was about to get in the ring, and Drac had to run off because the Destroyer just comes out and beats the living shit out of him. I don't know why the Destroyer's doing it, but that is my booking mistake. It was meant to be Killer Kowalski. Oops. Oh yes, because oh well. I can explain it. I will explain it next week in some sort of backstage segment. So last night we did not do well. Okay, we lost, but I think we need to play at their own games, and we have a plan. I don't know why Chavo Guerrero is in this. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be Chuck. Why is Chavo doing this? I don't know. Anyway, guys, let's make it no rules. Let's have weapons. Let's have it so anything goes. This is gonna be a fight like they want. So yeah, first time we've really done a a hardcore / no DQ match, and that is going to be next month at our next big pay-per-view, the Dark Knights. Carl von Strowman and Kurt von Steiger. I'll get there. Strowman and Steiger, they will be in action and defending the tag belt in a no DQ match. First time we've used it. 30+. I've not seen any other companies use it apart from when the Iron Sheik's in action. In a decent match, the Blackjacks defeated the Scuffing Hillbillies in 7:01 when Blackjack Mulligan defeated Chuck Connolly by pin for the lariat following interference from Kurt von Steiger. And during the match, we also had Strowman running and attack Collins. Rick Collins 45, Chuck Connolly 50, Blackjack Mulligan 52, Blackjack Lanza 57, no work appearance 55C-. Can't complain. In a bout of fantasy and great wrestling, Rocky Johnson defeated the Destroyer in 7:33 by pin for the dropkick. Rocky Johnson 50, the Destroyer 70. I need to pay him off after the show because he wasn't happy about that. But 65C. Our main event tonight is Ivan Koloff versus Bruno Sammartino. No tactics or anything in here. In an exceptional match, Bruno Sammartino defeated Ivan Koloff in 1950 by pinfall the Samarito Slam. Bruno Sammartino makes turn number 3 of his Ring of Honor Championship. Ivan Koloff 59, Bruno Sammartino 73. He's improving in performance, a 72B-. My friends, that is where we're ending this show. I'll see you next week with a 68C+ increase our point to regions. I'll see you next week for that massive steel cage main event. You will not want to miss next week's show. So I've changed a few little things around because the feuds between the Team ROH and the James J. Dillon Enterprises, so I'm just positioning myself a bit there. Oh, great. They're brilliant fun to have. What I wanted to do was be able to do an angle like this where I can have as many people on screen and have 2 places left for the World title and the Intercontinental storylines. And I've done just that. So, the Ivan Koloff, the Destroyer, Batman, all of those, Killer Kowalski, all those storylines over these 2 people have all been rolled into one big storyline thing patch, which is the J.J. Dillon vs Team RH storyline. That means that Dusty Rhodes can one night take on Killer Kowalski or the Ivan Koloff and Destroyer. But the fact is, the Destroyer will be feuding with Rocky Johnson, Koloff, Batman, and Ivan Koloff, Dusty Rhodes, even though it's in one thing. Anyway, James J. Dillon's back. Way! I haven't used him on screen for a few weeks, so I thought I'd better get him on screen. So this is how it's going to be. Really? Inside a steel cage, it is bullshit, and it needs to stop. Ring of Honor said it's going to happen. Hope they know what they're in for tonight. It's not going to be pretty, and Team Ring of Honor is going down. 55C minus, James J. Dillon's getting better. But in a short match, the Royal Trinity defeat Team Bandit at 5:03, and Doscar defeat Greg Valentine by pinfall the sit-out powerbomb. Greg Valentine 42, Jim Dalton 37, Mil Mascara 65, Doscar 50, Greg Valentine in performance of 55C minus. Not bad, not bad, not bad. In a decent match, the Dark Knights defeated the Oncoming Storm in 6:07 when Carl von Stroheim defeated Jerry Lawler by pinfall. Terry Funk 40, Jerry Lawler 38, Steiger 46, Carl von Stroheim 45. Carl von Steiger improving in performance. I'm probably still saying it wrong. I don't care. 46D. I can say Stroheim. I'm happy. Then afterwards, Kurt von Stroheim, Carl von Stroheim, and Kurt von Steiger were in the ring. A Jackbot climbs in with the mic. He's getting ready to announce the show when Kurt snatches it from him and goes, "What you just saw is what's going to happen in 3 weeks' time, but worse. There is no rules. Nothing applies to the match. We're going to go out there and use anything that is not taped down. How? We'll throw a fan at them if it's going to help us win. We have got 1,670 here tonight at the Expo Centre in Madison Square Garden. A few more people came in the doors after the first taping because they heard about the massive steel cage main event. So they all quickly came in to watch. We have a video plays hyping up the storyline between Bruno Sammartino and Gorilla Monsoon. In about that good wrestling and decent match of the crowd, Ken Nakasaki defeat Big Daddy in 6:26 by pinfall the Kamazaki roll. Ken Nakasaki 49, Big Daddy 56, no work points 56C minus. In a decent match, Nikola Volkov defeat Chava Guerrero in 7:45 by pinfall with a Russian backbreaker. Nikola Volkov 41, Chava Guerrero 38, no work improvements 41D. Bruno Sammartino and Gorilla Monsoon have a heated confrontation, eventually come to blows. Security swarm the backstage area to break them up before they can hurt each other. Because they're getting ready to go out to the ring, they're, kind of full out of hand. So their teams pull them apart instead of security. Just going to change it a bit. And then we go into the main event at 65, seeing a battle of fantastic and great wrestling. James J. Dillon Enterprises, Gorilla Monsoon, Ivan Koloff, Killer Kowalski to destroy an Al Psychedelic, defeat Team Ring of Honor, Batman, Bruno Sammartino, Dusty Rhodes, Rocky Johnson, and Carlos Colon. In a cage match in 22 minutes 59 when Gorilla Monsoon defeated Carlos Colon by pinfall by using unknown tactics. Al Psychedelic was weakness, should carry out the ring win performance. Carlos Colon 49, Rocky Johnson 52, Dusty Rhodes 60, Bruno Sammartino 70, Batman 59, Al Psychedelic 38, Destroyer 72, Killer Kowalski 69, Ivan Koloff 64, Gorilla Monsoon 78. No equipment. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll have a look at the final rating of the show. 61C, increase our priority to regions. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for another edition of Ring of Honor, and it's going to be the Ring of Honor House Show, and it's going to be live from the Madison Square Gardens Expo at Madison Square Gardens. We'll see you live for the house show tomorrow night. Hello, we're at the Expo at Madison Square Gardens again for our house show tonight in front of 1,041 people. Yes, in our opening match, Roddy Piper defeated Jimmy Snuka in 8:22 by pinfall. He makes defense number 8 of his Ring of Honor Television Championship. The reason he wasn't in action is I didn't want his title match to be outshadowed by the main event, because I like Roddy Piper and I don't want to outshadow him. Jimmy Snuka 48, Roddy Piper 47, Jimmy Snuka improving in performance, 48D+, not bad. In about their great heat and good wrestling, Team Ring of Honor, Carlos Colon, Dusty Rhodes and Batman defeat James J. Dillon Enterprises, Al Psychedelic, Ivan Koloff and Killer Kowalski in 7:59 when Dusty Rhodes defeat Al Psychedelic by pinfall the Bionic Elbow. Batman 62, Dusty Rhodes 63, Carlos Colon 51, Killer Kowalski 70, Ivan Koloff 62, Al Psychedelic 38, no work improvements of 62C. In a decent match, Tetsuya Fujima defeated Gypsy Joe in 7:35 by submission with a Cobra Twist. Gypsy Joe 46, Tetsuya Fujima 38, no work improvements of 44D. Not bad. In about their great heat and good decent wrestling, Ken Nakasaki defeated Bobo Brazil in 14:46 by pinfall the Kamazaki roll after James J. Dillon interfered. Ken Nakasaki 54, Bobo Brazil 47, Bye bye, Barry Brazil. This was your last night in the company. Au revoir, merci. 52D plus. And in an exceptional match, Gorilla Monsoon and the Destroyer defeated Rocky Johnson and Bruno Sammartino in 25-17, and the Destroyer defeated Rocky Johnson by pinfall after James J. Dillon interfered. Rocky Johnson left his game. Bruno Sammartino 70, Rocky Johnson 57, 51. The Destroyer 72, Gorilla Monsoon 78. No record 71C plus. That's where we end tonight's live house show. Gets 67C plus in cross our popularity in one region. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again for Ring of Honor Television in a couple of ticks. 1,169 fans are here tonight at the Expo at Madison Square Gardens to watch Ring of Honor Wrestling's taping for TV. And Bruno's in the ring. Oh, backstage, sorry. He goes, so last week we lost out in a steel cage. Not an issue. We are a force together. In 2 weeks, it's going to be the 5 of us versus them 5 across 5 matches. It's going to be a night to remember when we beat the Enterprise and come out winning. So, my friends, the Enterprise and at Boiling Point, the Scoffin Hillbillies versus Dark Knights and No DQ. We're now going to start booking up the rest of the card, as Bruno Sammartino will be taking the course. Gorilla Monsoon. Awesome. We will have Dusty Rhodes taking on Ivan Koloff in singles action. That will be happening on the night. Dusty Rhodes versus Ivan Koloff. Killer Kowalski will be taking on the Batman. Because I can remember who was facing who when we first started this. Save that. Snacked. Al Psychedelic will of course be taking on Carlos Colon. Like I said, Al Psychedelic versus Carlos Colon. And then we've still got Rocky Johnson and the Destroyer to book. So yes, that is the main bulk of the most important matches on the night. And of course, each of these matches will go 15 minutes. Because they're important. We're also going to be starting a storyline for the TV title tonight. So I'm actually going to announce the matchup for that. He's going to become a part of Team ROH. Well, I don't know if he's going to be a permanent member, or just what we call the float about member, but we'll see. 55C minus, not bad at all. In an extremely short match, the Scuffin Hillbillies defeat the Blackjacks in 5:22, when Whip Collins defeated Blackjack Mulligan by pinfall. Blackjack Lansford carried the match in terms of ring performance. Blackjack Mulligan 53, Blackjack Lansford 68, Whip Collins 48, Chuck Connolly 51. No work for 57C minus, not bad. Quite enjoying this series so far. Scuffin Hillbillies are celebrating the ring of victory, and the Dark Knights come out and attack them, beating them down to the mat. Post-match attack. Always nice. In a decent match, he returns. Ollie Anderson defeated Tetsuya Fujima in 7:46 by pinfall with a diving knee drop. He's also working with Jim Crockett Promotions, but he is back with us. Tetsuya Fujima 42, Ollie Anderson 48. Tetsuya Fujima improving in Rumble. Of course, he was on an excursion in Japan. His contract finished with Japan. He came back. Me and JCP and us have signed him. Badass Brute gimmick, awful. But I'm really happy to have Ollie Anderson back. I don't know when Arn Anderson and Trudy Ranch and all that lot turn up. There you go. James! Right, excuse me while I just open the wardrobe door. There you go, baby boy. There's a door before you go in the wardrobe. Here we go. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Cats come first. Especially when they want to go and sleep in the wardrobe. So James goes, I warned you, Ring of Honor. It was going to end in disaster. It did. And it will in 2 weeks when you see we now rule this company. It's our playing ground, and with it we're going to run the joint for a long time. And when my giant comes back, it'll be the end. And in case you don't, we have a plan to do it on our own. So he's hinting that Andre's coming back. But we know, I've already confirmed that Andre's not going to come back till next year. Because of his injury, I don't want to make it any worse. So he's got 6 months off, and he's going to have another 6 months off, which has pissed me off a bit, but I have to do that. Because I absolutely adore Andre the Giant. But I can't use him. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk him getting more injured, so he's going to have to be away. In a decent match, Big Daddy defeated Roddy Piper in 7:48 by pinfall the belly splash. Big Daddy wins the Ring of Honor Television Championship. Big Daddy 58, Roddy Piper 45. No occurrence, 55C minus. Now, I'm going to be announcing it. Big Daddy will be in action next week defending that belt. Where is Big Daddy? Big Daddy is there. But Big Daddy will be defending that bout against Kendo Nakasaki at Boiling Point if he is still the champion after next week's match, of course. Next week on TV, Big Daddy will, of course, have his designated rematch with Roddy Piper, so that will happen next week. If Roddy Piper cannot reclaim the belt, which I'll just tell you now, he isn't going to reclaim the belt that quick, but I like to do it as traditional as possible. So sadly, he's lost the belt now. I know it's a bit of a weird one, but I want Big Daddy and Kendo Nakasaki to feud over this, and it's not going to be called the Television Championship. Going forward, I'm going to be changing the name of it as well. Big Daddy 58, Roddy Piper 45, no work appearance, 55 C-. In about a good heat and decent wrestling, Batman defeated Nikola Volkov in 6:26 by pinfall. Nikola Volkov 40, Batman 60. No Nikola Volkov improving in performance. 6 in 6:26 by pinfall, 54 C-. Video plays hyping Dusty Rhodes versus the Destroyer. In above fantastic wrestling and great heat, the Destroyer defeated Dusty Rhodes in 22:45 by submission on a figure 4 leg lock after interference from James J. Dillon. The Destroyer 66, Dusty Rhodes 60, Dusty Rhodes in Rumble and Performance. That's the end of this tonight's TV show. It gets 63C, increased our following 2 regions. So yeah, going forward, the Intercontinental Championship, which is currently held by Psychedelic, is going to become the United States title. The Intercontinental title will become the new Intercontinental title will be the TV Championship. Because I can't keep looking at it on the line every week on TV with the current size of the roster. I can do a singles title. So I'm going to be changing them around a bit. Or it'll just become the United States title and Big Daddy will be the United States champion. Even though he's British. But then WWE have Shinsuke Nakamura as United States champion and stuff. So it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But anyway, thank you very much. We'll see you for the next edition of Ring of Honor Wrestling next week. Hello and welcome back to Ring of Honor Wrestling. Of course, this is the Go Home Show. Not many angles on tonight's pre-Go Home Show, but we've got 1,665 people at the Expo at Madison Square Garden tonight. And James J. Dillon opens up the night. And he goes, tomorrow night live on the MSG Network, we're going to take over. You see, Ring of Honor can change the TV title to the global title. That's fine. But Kendo is going to win it. You see, Ring of Honor might be gaining fans, but this is why we're here. Because we're the people who are going to make Ring of Honor money. You see, tomorrow night, we're going to win all the titles and win all our matches, and we're going to stand on top of the Ring of Honor mountain. 53 C-, beautifully done. Killer Krosky, Gorilla Monsoon, the Destroyer, House Psychedelic, and Nagasaki. Who's missing? Killer Monsoon, the Destroyer. Who's missing? Is anyone missing? For some reason, I have a feeling someone's missing. I don't know who though. In an extremely short match, the oncoming Storm defeated Team Bandit in the 5:15 when Terry Funk defeated Jim Dalton by pin with a pole driver. Terry Funk 41, Jerry Lawler 39, Greg Valentine 43, Jim Dalton 38. No work for 42D. In a decent match, Big Daddy defeated Roddy Piper in 8:23 by pin with the belly butts. Big Daddy makes defense number 1 of the Ring of Honor Global Championship. Roddy Piper 43, Big Daddy 56, no work for We ain't got a world title, so we've now got the global title instead. The video plays hyping up the Dark Knights versus Griffin Hillbillies tomorrow night. We then also have a video hyping up Bruno Sammartino versus Gorilla Monsoon tomorrow night. In Above Fantasy and Great Wrestling, Batman defeated Ivan Koloff in 5:17 by pinfall. Batman 63, Ivan Koloff 60, no work experience 64C. In Above Fantasy and Good Wrestling, Rocky Johnson defeated Killer Kowalski in 8:14 by from the dropkick. Killer Kowalski 69, Rocky Johnson 45, no work improvement 62C. Video plays hyping up your main event of the night, a non-title match between Bruno Sammartino and the Destroyer. In an exceptional match, Bruno Sammartino defeated the Destroyer in 21:06 by pinfall the Sammartino Slam. The Destroyer 72, Bruno Sammartino 68, no work improvements. We've only got 4 more TV show tapings to go before Manhattan Mayhem. We've also got 1 more house show before Manhattan Mayhem, and I believe you me, I'm enjoying every second of this company right now. Everything is going my way. I'm loving every second of it. It's brilliant fun, and I'm loving the series now. I'm getting the hang of it. I've got some stuff I can get behind. Increased our popularity in 2 regions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you tomorrow night for Ring of Honor. Last Man Standing. Or whatever the hell. What is it called? Survival of the Fittest. There you go. But it's not that. It's our monthly spectacular. It's only been called that since we got the network. And it's been made available on the network. So as you will see for Survival of the Fittest tomorrow night. Woo! Hello. This is our final. Well, not our final pay-per-view. We've got one more to do. But hey, we've got another month's worth of TV and one house show, and then the final pay-per-view. This part 2 of episode 2. 3 episodes in one day. Jeez. Or 2 episodes in one day, but in 3 parts. Jeez. But in a pre-show about decent wrestling with a cheat, Gypsy Joe and Kevin Sullivan defeated Tetsuya Fujima and Jimmy Snuka in 9:46 when Gypsy Joe defeated Tetsuya Fujima by pin for the diving knee drop. Jimmy Snuka 45, Tetsuya Fujima 40, Kevin Sullivan 37, Gypsy Joe 45. No work improvements of 44D. Type 2 supraquadralateral fracture. Nice. I think that's what it says. I'm not 100% sure in that. In a poor pre-show match, Bill Francis defeated Nikola Volkov in 12:22 by pinfall. Nikola Volkov 41, Bill Francis 38. Bill Francis improved performance. Kurt von Strawman, or Strawheim, was pretty poor at the desk again. That's a 40D minus. In a pre-show battle, Pro Wrestling a Little Heat, Billy Graham defeated Special Delivery Jones in 12:04. Special Delivery Jones got a performance of 34. Not bad from him. That's quite a good performance. The best we've seen from him. Billy Graham had a 44. No work improvements. And Dennis, welcome to the expo at Madison Square Gardens. We are live! And the James Dillon Enterprise have been trying to take over, but Team Ring of Honor have been stopping them all the way through it. And Jim goes, look at this crowd. It's awesome to see this many people here to see Ring of Honor live. And it's going to be a fun night of wrestling. 1,771 people at the expo tonight. We're getting close to selling this place out, baby. The 62C, not bad. And in a decent match, the Blackjacks defeat the oncoming Storminator. So when Blackjack Lanza defeat Joe Lawler by pinfall the pile driver. Blackjack Mulligan 51, Blackjack Lanza 65, Terry Funk 41, Joey Lawler 41. No agreements. Joey Lawler and Terry Funk were meant to win this match. Anyway. In a decent match, Big Daddy defeated Kenta Nagasaki in 13:39 by pinfall the belly butts. Big Daddy makes defense number 2 of his Ring of Honor Global Championship. Kenta Nagasaki 53, Daddy 52. No work improvements 54C minus. In a decent match, the Dark Knights defeat the Scoffin Hillbillies in 2v2 no DQ match in 15:28 when Carl von Strawman defeated Chuck Connolly by pinfall after Kurt von Strawheim interfered. The Dark Knights made defense number 4 of their Ring of Honor tag titles. Rick Collins 48, Chuck Connolly 50, Kurt von Stryger 44, Kurt von Strawheim 46. No work improvements. Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship storyline the same answer segment. I still cannot say his name, and I don't know why. I'm going to be changing their last names to something else, and they're all going to be brothers. And I'm going to make it something like Smith or Jones or something. In a decent match, Trevor Guerrero defeated Roddy Piper in 9:31 by people with the Moonsault. Roddy Piper 49, Trevor Guerrero 45. No work for these two have pretty good chemistry left the match. 49D+. In a superb match, Killer Kowalski defeated Batman in 15:04 by pinfall with a diving knee drop. Batman 59, Killer Kowalski 73. No work for Killer Kowalski and Gorilla Monsoon. He sustained a lethal Nice. He's got a lethal collated ligament sprain, which is not nice. In a good match, Ivan Koloff defeated Dusty Rhodes in 15:22 by pinfall the Russian Sickle. Dusty Rhodes 60, Ivan Koloff 64. No work improvement 64C. In a bad decent wrestling middle cheat, Team Bandit defeated the Royal Trinity in 10:08 when Greg Valentine defeated Dos Caras by pinfall in terms of ring work. Mil Mascara's head and shoulders were nuts. Greg Valentine 42, Jim Dalton 37, Mil Mascara 63, Dos Caras 51. No work improvement 54C minus. In above decent wrestling with a retreat, Jerry Jarrett defeated Ollie Anderson in 8:16 by pinfall. Jerry Jarrett 38, Ollie Anderson 46, Ollie Anderson in Technical 45D. In above decent wrestling with a retreat, Al Psychedelic defeated Carlos Clone in 14:47 by pinfall the planchette after Gorilla Monsoon interfered. Al Psychedelic makes defense number 6 of his Ring of Honor Intercontinental title. Carlos Clone 50, Al Psychedelic 41. No work improvements, 48D+. In a good match, the Destroyer defeated Rocky Johnson in 1940 by pinfall. Rocky Johnson 57, the Destroyer 70. No work improvements, 68C+. The video plays hyping up Gorilla Monsoon versus Bruno Sammartino, 56C minus. In an exceptional match, Bruno Sammartino defeated Gorilla Monsoon in 25-23 by pin for the Sammartino Slam. Bruno Sammartino makes defense number 4 of his Ring of Honor Championship title. Gorilla Monsoon 84, Bruno Sammartino 73. No work improvements. A 78B. We're going to only show there, my friends, with a 74B minus. Bruno Sammartino, Gorilla Monsoon, and we're also going to give it to the Destroyer because he did great tonight. We're going to praise them all for great performances, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for the first of our next set of Ring of Honor Wrestling TV tapings from them, MSG Expo. I am back. It's Ring of Honor Wrestling live in front of 1,250 people at the Expo Center, Madison Square Gardens. And Dusty gets to talk tonight. We're not having Bruno talk. We're going to have Dusty have the talking. Someone is missing. Bruno, Dusty, Carlos, Rocky Johnson. Batman ain't on screen. That's who's missing, Batman. Last year we made history when we put 2 steel cage matches. That's what we were going to do. Well, that's what we're going to do. But let's make it 3. Batman versus Ivan. And me and Batman versus Ivan and Killer inside the cage. So we're going to... Manhattan Mayhem is our steel cage show where I normally do most of the steel cage matches. I was going to do 2, but with the current situation in Ring of Honor at the moment, I think 3 is going to be our max to this year. We are going to just schedule this all down. 2 versus 2 cage classic reg. Because otherwise the wrestlers get annoyed. I don't know why I haven't done this yet. Let's do it on camera now. You see how many matches I've got. Anyway, it's better with you, dear. It's better with you. I live my life under a shoe, dear. But anywhere's better with you. Anyway, instead of making up some musical good songs while you're sat here trying to run a wrestling company, how about you get on with making this match official? Killer Kowalski, Batman, Dusty Rhodes. That is going to be live at Manhattan Mayhem in 4 weeks' time, which you'll get to see in 4 weeks' time. Then Al Psychedelic versus Carlos Colon inside the cage. Then our leader, Bruno Sammartino, will be locked inside the cage with Gorilla Monsoon. It's going to be a battle, and it's going to be the biggest night in Ring of Honor's short history. So yeah, I'm going to redo the steel cage match for this because it's a regular one, but it isn't the 2 minutes. So I'm going to call it Cage Match TV because I need it twice, just because it has so much time. And the good thing is, because I've already done this, it should not take that long to add it to my list. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's just loading. It's loading very, very slowly. And I'd like to load quicker because I've got a great show to get through. So Bruno Sammartino, Gorilla Monsoon. That is going to be happening at Manhattan Mayhem. We're also going to have a few other matches. Not cage matches. There's only going to be 3 cage matches. I'm not doing Impact Wrestling. I'm not doing anything like Lockdown. But, you know, each year you'll get at least 2 or 3 cage matches. This year you're going to get 3. Maybe next year you're going to get 2. It depends on what's going on with storylines and stuff to what, you know, how many cage matches you want. But this suits the 3 storylines that I've got going on at the moment. But yeah, there's a few other matches going to be happening. In our opening match of the night, it's a decent one as the oncoming Storm defeat the Blackjacks in 6:04 when Jerry Lawler defeated Blackjack Lanza by pin for the pile driver. Towards the ring where Blackjack Lanza was central to the nuts. Blackjack Mulligan 56, Blackjack Lanza 66, Terry Funk 43, Jerry Lawler 42, Blackjack Lanza in performance 57C minus, not bad. In a bad decent wrestling inventory, Big Daddy defeated Billy Graham in 5:58 by pin for the belly butts. Big Daddy makes defense number 3 of his Ring of Honor Global Championship. Billy Graham 46, Big Daddy 61. No work improvement. He's getting better. 58C minus. Big Daddy celebrating his victory in the ring with his bout when Ken Nakasaki and Dylan running, attacking and beating Daddy down into the mat. Of course, I think it was 1 year ago that these two actually faced at Manhattan Mayhem. I can't remember if it was. I have to look at my history and have a look and see. But yes, Big Daddy versus Kendo Nagasaki. It might not have been. It might have been Big Daddy and Dr. Death. I do know that Big Daddy has been with the company for that long. Tell you what we can do. Big Daddy. Match history. Right, go on to match history. 1971. Let's have a look at 1970. Dr. Death went to the Intercontinental. It was with Ring of Honor Death or Defy. At our best. Ended. Who did he face? All-Star Extravaganza, Boiling Point, Ring of Honor Gold, Battle Lines are drawn, Death Before the Dishonor, Glory by Test of Limit Final Battle, Manhattan Mayhem. No, it was Dr. Death, retaining the Intercontinental Championship. Anyway, now we know that. I knew he was on the card. I knew he was on the card that night. I knew he was there last year. 32E+, not bad. Kurt is backstage with Kurt von Strowman. I don't know why Carl Gray's on camera. It's meant to be Carl, whatever his name is. Carl Gray's our manager. He's a referee. We are still tag team champions. Now, Ring of Honor want to give us one more match. One is to give them one more match at Manhattan Mayhem. Fine. But it's going to be on our terms. It's going to be a last man standing. And it's going to be more brutal than the one before. So, yes, my friends, we're going to do the first ever last man standing. I don't know if it's the first ever last man standing match in wrestling. Because the history of matches in wrestling, it might be, it might not. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to go with it's the first ever last man standing match in Ring of Honor history. I might try and do a ladder match at some point as well. But yes, the Scuffling Hillbillies will be taking on the the Dark Knights in a last man standing match. I think it suits their characters and the storyline very much to have this one final match. 29E, probably because of Carl. In about decent match, Ollie Anderson defeated Rocky Johnson in 5:31 by pinfall after interference from the Destroyer. Ollie Anderson 48, Rocky Johnson 56. No, it isn't booked in as a steel cage match because that is not what it's going to be. Have we got... No, not bloody Deathmatch Invitational Finals. Where's N? N. No disqualifications. No DQ. And there's 3 of them. They've installed things from other matches. But yes, it will be the Destroyer and Rocky Johnson in a no DQ match. So yeah, we're kind of going a bit hardcore at Manhattan Mayhem, but that's hence the name Manhattan Mayhem. There we go, them 2 are booked in. Awesome, 54 C-, not bad. Roddy Piper gets a huge push tonight, I forgot to mention that. In about a decent match in the cheat, Carlos Colon defeated Kendo Nagasaki in 6:03 by pinfall following unfortunate interference from El Psychedelic, so he hits Kendo Nagasaki by accident. Kendo Nagasaki 44, Carlos Colon 54, no work improvements for 52D+. Next week on Ring of Honor TV, I'm going to be booking in a match for Ring of Honor TV next week. Because I know it's going to happen, and plenty of people are going to be expecting it. Big Daddy and Carlos Colon will be in action against Kendo Nagasaki and the current reigning defending Intercontinental Champion Al Psychedelic. Well, that is going to happen next week on TV. Also next week, Bruno Sammartino will be taking on Killer Kowalski in the main event, while Dusty Rhodes will be taking on Gorilla Monsoon. That is all going to happen next week. Because I had plans and I know what I'm doing for next week's TV show. So yeah, Gorilla Monsoon, Dusty Rhodes, beautifully done. There we go. 52D+, not bad match. A video plays hyping Bruno Sammartino versus Roddy Piper in a 48D+. In a decent match, Bruno Sammartino defeated Roddy Piper in 25-24 by pinfall the Sammartino Slam. Bruno Sammartino makes defense number 5 of his Ring of Honor Championship. Roddy Piper 35, Bruno Sammartino 73, Roddy Piper in Technical. That's what I wanted. We're going to show there. Roddy Piper getting an amazing push. 60C, increase our follow to 2 regions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys next week for another edition of Ring of Honor Wrestling as we are getting closer to Manhattan Mayhem. Welcome back. My second time trying to record this. We've got a pre-show tonight, as you can see. We've done a little bit of pre-show. Everything has been changed of what I scheduled for this episode because of injuries and of the such like. But in a pre-show about decent wrestling, we didn't have much heat. Team Bandit and the Blackjacks defeated the Royal Trinity and the Oncoming Storm in 7:42 when Blackjack Lanza defeated Mil Mascaras by pin with a pile driver. Terry Funk 41, Jerry Lawler 42, Mil Mascaras 61, Dos Caras 46, Blackjack Mulligan 49, Blackjack Lanza 65, Greg Valentine 46, Jim Dalton 47. John Dalton improving in performance, 55C minus. In a decent pre-show match, Big Daddy and the Scuffling Hillbillies defeat Al Psychedelic and the Dark Knight 752, when Big Daddy defeat Al Psychedelic by pinfall the belly butts. Rip Collins 48, Chuck Connolly 46, Big Daddy 64, Kurt Von Stryger 48, Carl Von Stromer 44, Al Psychedelic 39, Kurt Von Stryger improving in performance, 54C minus. In a poor pre-show match, Billy Graham defeated Bill Francis 71 by pinfall. Bill Francis 39, Billy Graham 36, Billy Graham in performance 39D minus. In a decent pre-show match, Ivan Koloff, Nicola Volkov and Kevin Sullivan defeat Dusty, Trevor and Carlos in 755 when Ivan Koloff defeat Trevor Guerrero by pinfall the Russian Sickle. Carlos Colon 50, Trevor Guerrero 46, Dusty Rhodes 65, Kevin Sullivan 36, Nicola Volkov 39, and then of course Ivan Koloff 62. Bro Dusty Rhodes improved the Rumble, 56C minus. In a pre-show decent match, middle sheet, Ken Nakasaki defeat Jerry Jarrett 937 by pinfall the Kamazaki roll. Ken Nakasaki 50, Jerry Jarrett 39, no work improvements 48D plus. We open up the night with James. I don't know why it's Jim Dalton. Should have changed that. There we go. I don't know why it's Jim Dalton. It's meant to be James Al Dillon. His team run was stupid and dumb. The last time they got in a steel cage with us, they lost. Now they want to do it again in 3 weeks at our monthly spectacle. It's not right. You're going to lose again, and this is not the war you want to be on. This is the long history of battles in this business, but one side always loses, and it's going to be Team ROH. You see, no matter what you watch, you're all going to lose your gold in your careers when we cut them short inside the cage. 48D plus because we picked the wrong person to do the promo. In a decent match, Rocky Johnson defeated Roddy Piper in 6:14 by pinfall with a drop kick. Roddy Piper 42, Rocky Johnson 48. No recommendation. Remember when a simpler time was when they would bin with a drop kick? In about that decent wrestling moment sheet, Tetsuya Fujima defeated Ollie Anderson in 5:40 by pinfall with the Dragon Suplex. Ollie Anderson 48, Tetsuya Fujima 43. No work for 47D. Big Daddy's backstage and he goes, Kendo, you've come here and every time I think I'm safe, you come out and attack me. Sorry guys. It's going to be me versus you one last time in the UK Rules match. This is going to be my time to prove I'm the best UK wrestler in Ring of Honor. So I'm changing this booking. It is now going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. But we're going to picture it as if it's got rounds and 5 rounds to a finish. Each round are going to be 3 minutes long. You probably now, so you can do Lucha Libre. 2 out of 3 falls. Where is the 2 out of 3 falls match? I've got so many matches I can't find a 2 out of 3 falls match. Yeah. Excuse me. So yes, Big Daddy and Kendo Nakasaki for the global title, and better swap them around because I always like to swap them around. Where is Big Daddy? There he is. Big Daddy. UK Superstar. But there you go, that's going to be happening. 53C minus, beautifully done. Then we go to Chuck Connolly, Rick Collins with Jack Book backstage, and is like, so it's going to be last man standing match. Now this is going to be the most brutal match in Ring of Honor history. Why, Rip? Rip goes, we know what we need to bring to the ring. We're going to kick your asses with so many weapons. Now this match can go anywhere in the building. And it's going to be brutal. 34E plus. How about camera crew? Ready for that? In about a decent wrestling, but dynamic cheat, Jimmy Snuka defeated Lou Arabella in 5:43 by pin for the Superfly Splash. Lou Arabella was rid off his game. The nice quality in the colour commentary gave the match a boost. Lou Arabella 39. Jimmy Snuka 47. No work appearance 46D. In about that superb wrestling and great heat, Gorilla Monsoon defeated the Batman in 7:45 by pinfall with the Mashorny Splash. Batman 65, Gorilla Monsoon 84. No work improvements. Not bad match. Then we got Destroyer taking on Bruno Sammartino in our main event tonight. In an exceptional match, Bruno Sammartino defeated Destroyer in 22:07 by pinfall to Sammartino Slam. Bruno Sammartino makes defense number 6 of his Ring of Honor Championship. The Destroyer 70, Bruno Sammartino 75. No work improvements 78B. We're going to end the show there with 72B minus. Our best TV show yet, to be honest. And there you go, guys. That is the end of this one. We're going to see you tomorrow for Ring of Honor House Show. It's the Ring of Honor House Show. Woo! In about that decent wrestling retreat, the Night Knights defeated the Royal Trinity in 12:42 when Kurt Von Striker defeated Mil Mascaras by pin with the elbow smash. The Dark Knights make defense number 5 of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Mil Mascaras carried the match of that in terms of ring performance. Mil Mascaras 63, Dos Caras 50, Kurt Von Striker 47, Carl Von Strowmer 42. No worker improved a 51D+. The Dark Knights celebrated a victory in the ring when the Scoffing Hillbillies won an attack, beating them down into the mats. Just a way of keeping that storyline going on camera. In about a decent wrestling without a cheat, Billy Graham defeated Carlos Colon 820 by pinfall following interference from El Psychedelic. Carlos Colon 47, Billy Graham 47. No work for his easy, don't click, don't book him in a match. Fine. In a superb match, the Destroyer defeated Batman in 804 by pinfall. The Destroyer 70, Batman 60. No work improvements, 63C. In a superb match, Bruno Sammartino defeated Ivan Koloff in 1933 by submit pinfall with the Sammartino Slam. Ivan Koloff 65, Bruno Sammartino 66. No work for 65C. We're going to end the show there with a 63C. I'm not going to give speeches. I'll see you guys again next week for another Ring of Honor Wrestling TV taping. Well, something happens tonight that is explosive for Ring of Honor Wrestling. We're unmasking the Batman. Hello everyone, welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling. Let's get on with this show. Bruno Sammartino is in the back, and here is a group of friends with one thing in common. Stop James J. Dillon Enterprises. Look at this man. In the WWE, he stands by my side in this mask, and here too. I think it's time for Tony Morano to unmask. He removes his mask, revealing his beautiful moustache and his face. He battles with us from this day forth as himself from this day forth. In 2 weeks inside the steel cage, every one of us will leave with the gold around our waists and wins under our belts. 52D+, beautiful. In a decent match, the Blackjacks defeated the Royal Trinity in 605 when Blackjack Mulligan defeated Mil Mascaras by pin for the lariat. Blackjack Mulligan 53, Blackjack Lanza 65, Mil Mascaras 65, Dos Caras 50, Dos Caras and Technal. You do realise that there is around about 16, so there's going to be 18 parts to put together when I edit this all together into one nice episode for you guys. In an extremely short match, Kevin Sullivan defeated Jerry Jarrett in 508 by pinfall with the Devil Stomp. Kevin Sullivan 37, Jerry Jarrett 39. Kevin Sullivan improving in performance, 44D. And then Kurt von Stroheim, Carl von Stroheim and Kurt von Strager are all backstage with Jack Book, and he goes, "It is coming. How is coming to you, hillbillies? You think we've not been in last man standing matches before? In our native Russia, we've been in loads. And you think you know how to, but you'll never know how to beat them. It's going to be your blood on the floor by the end of the night." Spotlight their nickname. I did it on purpose. 44D, beautifully done. The Destroyer came in next second. El Psychedelic find Big Daddy backstage and basically just beat the living shit out of him and leave him down and out. Thought it'd be a nice little way to do it. In a decent match, Ollie Anderson defeated Dusty Rhodes in 626 by pin with a diving knee drop. Ollie Anderson 45, Dusty 65, no work for 60C. In an extremely short match, Carlos Colon and Big Daddy defeated Al Psychedelic and Kenan Nagasaki in 440 when Carlos Colon defeated Kenan Nagasaki by pinfall. Big Daddy carried the match to his ring performance. Al Psychedelic was the weekly equivalent from ring performance. Big Daddy 67, Carlos Colon 54, Kenan Nagasaki 53, Al Psychedelic 41. Big Daddy improving in performance, 54C-. Our main event of the night is a match I advertised for last week's TV show. It's going to be Bruno Sammartino taking on Killer Kowalski. In an exceptional match, Bruno Sammartino defeated Killer Kowalski in 21 minutes 57 by pinfall with the Sammartino Slam. Bruno Sammartino makes defense number 7 of his Ring of Honor Championship. Killer Kowalski and Golan Monsoon a good pairing. Killer Kowalski and Bruno Sammartino have pretty good chemistry. Killer Kowalski 70, Bruno Sammartino 75. No work points. That's where we end tonight's show with a 71C+. Not as good as last week, but still a pretty good TV taping in front of 1,314 people. We'll see you guys next week for the Go Home edition before the next big event and the final part of episode 2. We'll see you for it in just a few ticks. Welcome back, the Go Home edition of Ring of Honor Wrestling for our next big show, Manhattan Mayhem, our second biggest show of the year. But James J. Dillon is backstage with Kendo, Killer, Gorilla, and Al Psychedelic and Ivan. There's 1,423 people at the Expo Center at Madison Square Garden tonight. So tomorrow night it's going to be my team versus Team ROH and Big Daddy. Let's make this simple and easy for you to understand. It's not going to be easy for Team Ring of Honor or Big Daddy. Tomorrow night will be my boys coming out with a win in that ring and they will not lose. If Ring of Honor thinks Bruno is a facer, he is not. It is Gorilla Monsoon. 49D plus, cannot complain. In a decent match, Carlos Colon and Big Daddy defeat Al Psychedelic and Ken Nagasaki in 7:42 when Carlos Colon defeated Al Psychedelic by pinfall. Big Daddy carried the match. Big Daddy out there was 71, Carlos Colon 51, Ken Nagasaki 51, Al Psychedelic 35. No work improvements. These two showed extra chemistry teaming together, which is interesting. 59C. In about a decent wrestling run sheet, Tetsuya Fujima defeated Roddy Piper in 7:02 by pinfall the Dragon Sleeper. Roddy Piper 45, Tetsuya Fujima 39. No work improvements 44D. Video plays hyping up the last man standing match between the Dark Knights and Scuffing Hillbillies before we go to break. When we come back from commercial break, we see another video hyping up tomorrow night as Bruno Sammartino takes on Gorilla Monsoon. In a decent match, Dusty Rhodes defeated Gypsy Joe in 6:39 by pinfall the Bionic Elbow. Gypsy Joe 48, Dusty Rhodes 63. No work improvements 59C. In above a decent wrestling, Good He and Decent Wrestling, Booker Johnson drew with Ivan Koloff in 6:51 by pinfall. In 6:51 following a double count out. Rocky Johnson 52, Ivan Koloff 64. No work improvements 61C. Our main event tonight is Tony Moreno and San Martino versus Monsoon and Destroyer. Of course, this is his first appearance without his mask. 63C. In above fantastic and great wrestling, Tony Morano and Bruno Sammartino drew the Destroyer and Gorilla Monsoon in 5:15:53 following a double disqualification. Bruno Sammartino 78, Tony Moreno 65, Gorilla Monsoon 66, the Destroyer 63, Bruno Sammartino and Technol 69C+. After the match, Tony Morano, Bruno Sammartino, the Destroyer and Gorilla Monsoon won't stop fighting despite the attempts of security to break them up. It's an all-out brawl to the back. That's where we end tonight's show with a 66C+. My friends, I'll see you tomorrow night for Manhattan Mayhem. 3 steel cage matches. It's going to be one hell of a ride. At last, I finished this whole mega day of wrestling videos for you guys. It's been about 4 days of work to get this series going, so God knows how the 1930 series is going to kick off with 4 days more of work. But hey, I get to do Impact Wrestling tomorrow. Yay! But we're going to get on with our sold-out Expo Centre at the Madison Square Gardens for Manhattan Mayhem 2. Of course, we're going to be at the Expo Centre at Madison Square Gardens because the Madison Square Garden Network hosts our events. And if you want to know, the new schedule will be released in the bottom of the description of this episode. With special delivery, Jones gets a 34, Kevin Sullivan gets a 36, 37D minus in a pre-show about subpar wrestling little heat. Kevin Sullivan defeats special delivery Jones in 10:26 by pinfall the Devil's Stomp. No way, Crimps. I have now made the decision, because I'm sure my fiance will remember me saying I love the name Special Delivery Jones. Special Delivery Jones has been improving every time we've brought him in on a one-night deal. He is now going to get hired permanently to the wrestling roster. In a pre-show at Decent Wrestling with a cheat, the Royal Trinity defeat Team Bandit in 15:06 when Dos Caras defeat Jim Dalton by pinfall the Seattle Powerbomb. In terms of ring work, Mil Mascaras was head and shoulders outs. Greg Valentine 45, Jim Dalton 38, Mil Mascaras 66, Dos Caras 51. Greg Valentine improving performance skills. If you give me a Mexican wrestler, I can say their name, but when it comes to I can't even say his name now. My teeth have gone missing. I'll get there when I get to his name. You give me someone like his name, I can't say it. Or the von Strumpf and Strumpf. I'll say it when I get to them. Here we are in Manhattan Mayhem 2, and yes, this is monthly spectacular. This means Jim and Jack have been here for a whole year. Well, year last month. Ring of Honor have upped the action tonight. Last year, 2 cage matches. Tonight, there is 3. This is huge. And Jim goes, yes, no company has done 3 till tonight. And each one has a lot riding on it, as it's Team Ring of Honor versus JJ Dillon Enterprises. And then it goes, we're opening the night with a UK rules match. 54C minus, so let's get this show on the road. In a decent match, Big Daddy defeat Kendo Nagasaki into a 3 falls match in 15 minutes 11 by 2 straight falls, with a final fall happening by pinfall with belly splash. Big Daddy makes defense number 4 of his Ring of Honor Global Championship. Nagasaki 52, Big Daddy 58. I hope that Adam Ryland and Grey Dog Software fix this issue with these matches in the new game in CWE 2020, which I will get it when it comes out if I've got the money. And then I'll upgrade all this to that database, and today's database for that game. Because I've always noticed whenever I do a 2 out of 3 falls match, they always end with 2 straight falls. Instead of Big Daddy getting one and then Ken and Nagasaki getting one and Big Daddy getting the final. It always ends with 2 straight falls unless you go 20 minutes or longer. Which I don't want to do with them two because they're not designed for it. Because they're two big bastards. In above, had decent wrestling from Cheat, Trevor Gray defeated Ollie Anderson at 13:30:06 by pinfall with a moonsault. Ollie Anderson 47, Trevor Gray 49. No work with improvements. Can you stop giggling because you're not helping me record? 50D plus. Stop giggling. In a decent match, the Blackjacks defeated the oncoming Storm in 15:22 when Blackjack Lanza defeated Jerry Lawler by pinfall the pile driver. Now, guys, you can see why I record when she's downstairs watching Glee or at her work. In a Terry Funk 43, Jerry Lawler 40, Blackjack Mulligan 53, Blackjack Lanza 65. Blackjack Mulligan improving and flying. Shut up, I'm trying to be serious here. She's giggling at me when I say fat bastards. In about a decent wrestling, with Uncle Cheat, Billy Graham defeated Jimmy Snooker in 11:07 by pinfall. Billy Graham 44, Jimmy Snooker 45. No Echo 46D. Beautiful. In about a decent match between Alvin Cheat, Bill Francis defeated Gypsy Joe in 13:06 by pinfall. Bill Francis 36, Gypsy Joe 48. Bill Francis improving performance. In a poor match, Jerry Jarrett defeated Roddy Piper in 10:31 by pinfall. Roddy Piper 43, Jerry Jarrett 37. No work improvements 42D. Not bad. In a poor match, Nikolai Volkov defeated Tetsuya Vajima in 8:02 by pinfall the Russian Sickle. Tetsuya Vajima 46, Nikola Volkov 33. No work improvements 43D. Before I move on, I just want to have a quick look at something. Man name on the Battle Lines draw. So we're going to go up to Death Before Dishonor in our next set of events, which is in October, which is actually a month after because actually when I'm taping this, tomorrow I'll be able to watch Death Before Dishonor because it's happening tonight, which I'm quite looking forward to actually. In a decent match, the Dark Knights defeat the Scuffing Hillbillies. I'm surprised you're not giggling at that. In the last man standing match in 14:52, when Kurt von Steiger. It's Sturger. Steiger? Right, hold on. Hold on, guys. We forgot how to say his name again. Help. Who do we call when we forget how to pronounce a Russian name? We call on Google. Let's pull it up. Here we go. We'll get there. We'll learn his name. We did Al Psychedelic. There we go. I've got to say his name properly now. It's auto-detecting. It's German. I thought they were Russian. And she's not speaking to us. I swear it's Steiger. Was eliminated first, then Chuck Connolly, finally Rick Collins. The Dark Knights made defense number 2 of Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Rick Collins 55, Chuck Connolly 52, Kurt von
Steiger.
There you go, Steiger. We said it right. Kurt von Steiger 45 and Carl von Strawheim 41. Yeah, they are German. Chuck Connolly improved performance. Why did I say they were Russian in the promo? I should have made. I think I'm going to turn them into Nazis. 50D plus. It's 1970s. The Nazis are still. If you think about it now, the war's only been finished because it's 1940s, 1950s, 60s. It's only 20 years after the war, so the Nazi people in America are still going to hate the Nazis. So if we kind of use them as a Nazi gimmick, and I think that would work for the era we're in. Chuck Connolly improving in performance, 52D plus. Instead of saying they're Russians. A good match to destroy defeat Rocky Johnson in an ODQ match in 15-16 by pinfall after James J. Dillon interfered. Rocky Johnson 58, the Destroyer 66, no work improvements. And our first steel cage match of the night is Carlos Colon versus Al Psychedelic. You remember, we had trouble saying that when we first brought him in. We had to use Google Translate then. In about a decent wrestling match each, Al Psychedelic defeated Carlos Colon in the steel cage match in 15:09 by pinfall the plancher. Al Psychedelic makes defense number 7 of his Ring of Honor Intercontinental Championship. Carlos Colon 46, Al Psychedelic 38. No workman's 45D. A video plays hyping up Tony Morano, formerly known as Batman, and Dusty versus Russian Bear and Killer Krosky. Of course, he got on mass this past 2 weeks ago on Ring of Honor television, which was a big shock reveal. In a superb match, Tony Morano, Dusty Rhodes defeated Ivan Koloff and Killer Krosky in a steel cage match in 25-24, and Tony Morano defeated Killer Krosky by pinfall. Killer Krosky carried the match in terms of ring performance. Now she's sat here eating pick and mix now. She's enjoying the show so much she's got herself a version of popcorn. Dusty Rhodes 63, Tony Morano 62, Killer Krosky 73, Ivan Koloff 63. Ivan Koloff in performance, Tony Morano in flying skills, 70C plus, not bad. The video plays hyping Bruno Sammartino versus Gorilla Monsoon, our main event of the night, In a Bravo Fantasy and Great Wrestling, Bruno Sammartino defeated Gorilla Monsoon in a steel cage match in 29 minutes 49 seconds by pinfall the Sammartino Slam. He makes defense number 8 of his Ring of Honor Championship. Gorilla Monsoon only 69 tonight. Bruno Sammartino 71. No recommends. It's always a hit and miss with him because he can either get a 70 and a 75 into that. So Bruno, they keep changing. I don't know if it's the type of match we're using him in. But yeah, I had to change the match risk to low, so I've now got a match called 1v1 Cage Classic Regular TV Low Risk. We're going to end the show there, my guys. With 69C+, I cannot complain about the show because 69C+ means we're going to increase popularity across the 2 regions, which is what we need to do to get to our next size, which of course is now Cult. Because I am classified as a regional company, which is awesome. After about 2 years and a half now running in this place. Right, there we go. We're going to make the speech. Bruno Sammartino is very happy with the speech. Gorilla Monsoon was very happy with the speech, and so was Killer Kowalski. I'll see you guys next week for another bit more of Ring of Honor Wrestling in 1970s. Thanks for watching.